plenty to play for in this one. And away we go for the trophy final. This is a good start from Riley Bishop. It's a better start from Dalton Hayward. The anti-pole side of the grid this time seemed to get the better start for me, and he's got away there as there's incidents at the back. Unfortunately, the 27, the 99 and the 74 are involved, which is Jake Schulz, Lucy Wilden at Christmas. So not the cleanest start from our Honda Cadets, as the 82 of Jacob Lee takes to the grass. Dalton Hayward, one of our heat winners, has dropped well back in the field here. He's down to 23rd, so he's taken himself out of the running for this one, and it's Harry Friel who's got himself up into first place. As coming around to start a new lap now is Harry Friel. And this is a great drive from him so far, and needs a dry line. It's going to be horses for courses. There's going wide there. That to me looked like Ashton Wiggins taking to the grass. And again, in fact, Jacob Lee, and in fact Gray has got him back, and in fact Gray is going to put a cart between them as well, because he's just taken Pareo. Has he not? No, Pareo managed to hold on to it. The 18 still ahead. So it's Pareo, Gray and Lee, but Lee's going to try down the inside there into Oziers and has got the job done. This circuit is really drying out, particularly at the top of the hill. Oh, and going wide though is Jacob Lee, out onto the grass, and that's going to drop down all the progress that he had made. Riley Bishop in second, and here's the move for third. There is the 57 of Ashton Wiggins going down the inside of Charlie Mills. Remember, Ashton, I think, has a transponder issue, so not showing on your timing. And then Charlie Mills is going to go back at him as they come through Ashby, give each other racing room. That was the little divot. And there's Charlie Mills coming back at Wiggins. Here we go, side by side, heading towards paddock corner, and there's a little bit of a touch, but they both keep it going. A little bit of a heart in the mouth moment there as he closes the gap. Aris Minjauskas now with the fastest lap of the race, but he has quite a gap to pull in, and we are on the final lap. Harry Friel, we've barely seen him. He's controlled this one so well, 1.4 seconds to the good. And they're going to come round now. Harry Friel rounds the latter part of the boot now, and he's going to come into paddock corner. Wait for them to come around. There he is. Harry Friel takes the win in Honda Cadets for round 3. There is, oh, that's brilliant. Wiggins has taken second off of Bishop in the last part of the lap in the MightE Bambinos, and we're away. Jake Beecroft leads them away. It's a good start for him. Maximilian Abrahart looks like he might have been challenged a little bit by Luke Millward, starting from grid number 3 as they work their way through. Look how much standing water there is, though, in the crook as they come up the hill for the first time, heading towards Christmas Corner. And it's not Millward who's challenging Abrahart. It's Jensen Thomas in the number 40 who's had a great start from 4th place on the grid. Great start, though, for Jake Beecroft. This is exactly what he wanted, as there's a spin there for Jensen Thomas, and that sends Luke Millward onto the grass in avoidance. Here is Jake Beecroft across the line in first. Maximilian Abrahart then so a second behind, and it is indeed Jensen Ackerman who is the main beneficiary of all that's the scruffiness there in the middle of the lap. Rhys David Richardson is running well in 7th here. Jack Freeman has just got a pass in on William Deard, and that's for 8th place. Imogen Summerfield running in 10th, and then Scarlett Percox got past Harry Stinson. Oh, and that's a problem there for Morgan Weston, who was running in 6th. Disappointment there for Morgan. This is the battle over 9th place, and it is Harry Stinson at the moment ahead of Scarlett Percox, but Scarlett putting him under some good pressure there. Side by side almost, heading towards Wilkins. How's this going to go? Scarlett's taking the more conventional line, but she's not going to be able to complete that. There's the rainbow in the background, just faintly, for those of you who were wondering what I was on about. Into Oziers goes the battle for 9th place. And oh, something's happened there, because that's Scarlett has backed out of a move. That is 78 of Harry Stinson and Scott. Okay, Stinson has been closed down quite quickly, actually, as there's a spin in the background there. In shot now, turning in, has just put a lap on that battle that's going on between Stinson and Percox. Going on to the last lap. Well, it's been a great drive from Jake Beecroft, but coming around now to finish the race and take the win, there is Jake Beecroft. It's a fantastic win for him in the MightE Bambino Final here at Whilton Mill. Who's going to take second, though? Maximilian Abrahart has been able to somehow get a steal on Jensen Ackerman there, and I wonder if Ackerman went for it somewhere from very far back and had a bit of a spin, because he lost 5 seconds on that last lap to Abrahart. Hopefully this time he, as with the other 24 drivers, is going to enjoy a nice clean start to the race. Are we away? Micah Taylor leads them away, and we're good to go in the trophy final. It's a big start from the pole side of the grid, and I think that Zach Green will have lost out heavily in that one. That did not look like a good start at all from the anti-pole side of the grid, and indeed it is. Joseph Katsantonis in second place and Fred Green in third place. So it's basically everybody who was on that pole side of the grid for at least the first few rows got a bit of an advantage there. The likes of Jesse Phillips, the likes of Macaulay Bishop as off onto the side of the road. At the end of lap one though, Micah Taylor leads, Joseph Katsantonis in second, Fred Green in third, Charlie Hart up to fourth, Zach Green in fifth. Oh, so we've got a red flag out there. So there's an incident of some description that means we're having to bring things to a close or suspend the race to begin this one again. And here we go. I believe we're under green flag conditions. But here they come, finishing another lap. Micah Taylor, Joseph Katsantonis, and Charlie Hart, your top three. So the battle continues over the podium positions here, and they're 1.7 seconds to the good of the Fred Green Macaulay Bishop battle. But surely those two are now working together. I say that, but behind in the back shot there is Macaulay Bishop trying down the inside of Fred Green. That's always the last to dry out. That's difficult, because they're the fastest two corners on this track. So the place where you want grip the most is the last place to get it. As here, the battle still goes on between Mowat and Green, and Jack Mowat gets past Zach Green after a good few laps of trying. Micah Taylor then leads them onto a new lap. What's the gap this time? They're trading hundreds. They're working so hard out there. But Macaulay Bishop did take another third of a second out of Charlie Hart there, and Charlie Hart did drop 0.3 off of Katsantonis, so you just wonder if maybe Charlie Hart is at risk of falling into the clutches of Macaulay Bishop here in the closing stages. Here we go then, on to the last lap, and the gap is down by 0.4 of a second that time through. There's a possibility here for Katsantonis, and Micah Taylor is going to come round the final corner and take the win. There he is. Micah Taylor crosses the line and wins by half a second from Joseph Katsantonis. Macaulay Bishop finishes third. Charlie Hart in fourth. Right then, start your engines board is shown to the drivers. That will then be flipped around to tell them there's just 5 seconds to go before this IAME Bambino Final. Who is going to take home the spoils for this one? As the sun beams down on Whilton Mill Kart Club. Eyes on the lights. And away we go. Jensen Chalk leads them away. Looks like it's been a decent start for him relative to Harry Curry, and he's going to hold on to it into oblivion. Indeed he does, as they stream through for the first time. Does anyone shave wide in these on the damp surface of turn 2? Looks fairly good to me, but Jensen Chalk it is, and challenging the 77 of George House. I think that might have been Daniel Myron Laurenti. They come across the line. Jensen Chalk leads, Harry Curry in second, Myron Laurenti in third, and it was George House, I thought it was, that Austin Gibson made a move on there. Great start for Austin Gibson. And there it is, the lead change out of Ashby. Just great drive off the corner for Harry Curry, and has got him past Jensen Chalk, and now Myron Laurenti senses an opportunity here. Is he going to try downhill into Ozies? He's going to think about it, but Jensen Chalk is wise to it. Here is the battle for fourth, though. This is Austin Gibson versus George House. George House had a little think about it up the hill. He's having a real think about it up the hill. Oh my goodness, I didn't think that was on there. That was a lovely little move there. And down into Ashby they go, side by side. How's this one going to end? Give each other good racing room. Yes, they do. Side by side. It's like Noah's Ark here, heading towards Wilkins. Who's going to come out on top here? There's going to be an opportunity for the switchback, I think, into Oziers, but no. But I'm sure I just saw a mechanical flag being shown for Harry Curry, and if so, that is absolutely devastating for him. Here's Jensen Chalk. So Jensen Chalk has taken the lead. Henry Curry has come into the pit lane. Oh, that's gutting stuff for Harry Curry. He was driving really well. Jensen Chalk then is going to come around now, and he's got a fair old gap now of 3.8 seconds to second place Daniel Myron Laurenti. There's George House in third. There's Austin Gibson, and then here's the pack. The 66 of Teddy Porter did indeed get past Leo Gorski, so good couple of laps for Teddy Porter. He's been battling really well. Coming up the hill, getting increasingly difficult to spot these numbers, but that is the 35 of Ronnie Ray Carter on Manav Deu. Our leader, though, is on the last lap. Jensen Chalk is on his final tour of the circuit. to take the win. Jensen Chalk wins the IAME Bambino Trophy for round 3 of the 2020 Whilton Mill Kart Club Championships. Daniel Myron Laurenti will finish in second. Congratulations to him. George House will then come round. There he is in the 77. He comes home to take the last of the podium positions. Teddy Porter finishes a great race. He got Austin Gibson at the end as well. Here we go then. Hopefully this time. And we're away for our trophy final in the MiniROK class as they stream into oblivion for the first time. Who comes out on top heading up the hill? It's extremely difficult to tell in this light, I won't lie, spotting those numbers as they come through the top of the hill. But I think Macaulay Bishop may have got the best start out of all of them. I think it is indeed, as they go 3 wide, even 4 wide into Ashby. Are they all going to work that out? Are they all going to give themselves space? Yes, they are, to complete lap 1 of this trophy final. It is indeed Macaulay Bishop. Sebastian Weldon is right with him. Jacob Ashcroft in 3rd. Joshua Turnbull in 4th. Taylor Orridge has indeed made it up to 5th place. Oh, as we've got an incident. Oh, and it's Taylor Orridge. Moment for Taylor Orridge. He's off. He's out. New fastest lap of the race from Jacob Ashcroft as he tries to get onto the back of these top 2. He's really trying here. Macaulay Bishop leads. Sebastian Weldon in 2nd. He is very close, though. I say they'll work together, but if the opportunity presents itself, there is that as well. Great stuff, this. This is the 22 of Jacob Ashcroft, working together with Joshua Turnbull for now to try and catch up to the top 2. They are within grasping distance. If they work together and the top 2 start battling, this is the goal. This is what you want to do if you're in 3rd and 4th place. You can have the position for now. You lead the strike force, trying to catch. Oh, and there's an incident there. The last corner, 68. Has had a spin. Replay of what happened with the spin. So we're looking at the back of the shot here, and then that's going to go. Oh, and there was contact. Begging their pardon. That was not independent at all. Now look at Turnbull. Joshua Turnbull feeling the need to go a bit defensive against Jacob Ashcroft. We've got to keep an eye on this battle for 3rd. We've got to keep an eye on the battle for 1st, because it's as close as you like in both of those battles. As they come across the line, that's a change for 3rd. Jacob Ashcroft has got to the forefront of that battle for 3rd place there. So it's Ashcroft from Turnbull, and Oliver Stilp is right with them there now. Here is Oliver Stilp. He's going to challenge. He's going to try and get the switch back through Inkerman, set up the opportunity down the inside into Ashby. He's going for it against Joshua Turnbull, and he's got the job done. Beautiful move there. But this here is the lead battle. Macaulay Bishop in your 67 kart. Sebastian Weldon in the number 98. Here we go then. On to the last lap. Who's going to take the win in this one? Who's going to take the last of the podium positions? It's all to play for here in the MiniROK finals. Macaulay's going to go super defensive. Who can blame him? But that's going to allow Weldon to get some good momentum out this corner. He'll take the switch back through Boxing Day. He'll take the switch back through Inkerman's, but Macaulay's wise to it, goes super defensive. Sebastian's going to have to go around the outside. I think Macaulay Bishop has enough in hand. He's going to come round paddock now and take the win in the MiniROK final here at Whilton Mill. Brilliant finish. Now, who's going to finish in 3rd? Jacob Ashcroft has had a brilliant final lap. There we go. There are your 36 starters for this one. On pole there, Luke Ellingham in the 99, the blue-suited driver. Alongside him, Luke Watts in his red and white liveried kart. Row 2 is Sam Shaw and Jude Fernerhoff. Here we go then, folks. X30 Juniors is go. Good start from the pole side of the grid. Sam Shaw, I think, has got straight up into 3rd place, and that looked like Louis Johnston Cool having to take to the grass there. I'll confirm that on time, but it is indeed Sam Shaw. But coming back at him now for 2nd place is Luke Watts. Luke Watts doesn't want to lose out on the 2nd place. He wants to be challenging Lucas Ellingham. Forced out wide at Oziers, and spinning off there is the number 24. That's Lorenzo Cordal. Luke Watts is getting right back onto the task of applying the pressure here as the snake of karts runs their way down into Oziers. There's an issue there for the 36 kart of Sam Baker, so disappointment for Baker. Corner there of shot as there is a move. Luke Watts really applying the pressure on Lucas Ellingham here in the early stages. Sam Shaw staying with them, and there's Jude Fernerhoff in 4th place. Into there, and this is for the lead. Watts down the inside of Ellingham, Texpert overtaken to the boot, but Ellingham's going to come back to him, try and duck under, but the gap isn't there for him, and the lead goes the way of Luke Watts as they come round to complete lap number 4. Thomas Mills in the blue, white and red helmet, and then Christian Brooks there in the other blue and high-vis yellow liveried kart. Brilliant battles throughout the field as we look further ahead, and there is Ellingham going for the lead on Watts down the inside of Christmas Corner. Lucas Ellingham is back into the lead, and Sam Shaw, gosh, he would have loved to have followed through opportunistically there, but it wasn't quite on. Having a good line through turns 1 and 2 is good. Having a good line through the top part of the circuit is good, and that's not what's happened there for Alex Johnston. And something hanging off. Watts is strong up the hill. Is he going to have a gap? No, he's not. He was almost bump drafting Ellingham up the hill. The shrimping technique where you duck your head to gain an aerodynamic advantage. And here he goes, the move into Wilkins. Luke Watts down the inside of Wilkins. They love doing that today. Having a go from second place on the race lead into Wilkins. And now Sam Shaw closes up. Clearly the drag helping here. He's going to try immediately again into Christmas Corner, and he's going to go side by side, and he's going to squeeze Watts on the exit, and he's got the job done. And what that's done is throw Watts straight to Sam Shaw. Christian Brooks, Thomas Mills, Zach Ripley, they're all in there. Run from Watts for the lead, and he's down the inside of Christmas Corner, and that's not the first time we've seen this one, I think. So Watts back to the lead as well. Brilliant stuff this. They're changing the lead every single lap, and you cannot discount Sam Shaw. You cannot discount Jude Fernerhoff. This is the penultimate lap. This time it's going to be Ellingham who has the drag, and he's been so strong into Christmas. Watts feels the need to go defensive. Ellingham, he doesn't know whether to attack or whether to go back over to the left, lest he expose himself to attack from Sam Shaw. Look out for Sam Shaw. Now he pounces out of Ashby, getting past Ellingham. Beautiful judgment. He's going to go down the inside of Osius Shawley. No, he doesn't. Can't make it work. And I really thought that we were going to see Shaw go for the lead there. Is there anything on into the boot? Can't open up the gap. Watts is positioning his kart beautifully, creating the widest kart in all of Northamptonshire this afternoon. As they come onto the final lap, Sam Shaw has got himself within striking distance of the lead. He's not been this high up in the order all race long. How is he up the hill? He's gaining on Watts. Watts is going to have to go defensive. Almost all of the top four go to the inside, and that's going to allow, as it has allowed, Jude Fernerhoff to catch up to the back of them, taking the conventional racing line. Shaw has a look into Ashby, can't make it work again, and Shaw surely can't get away with so many of these attempts. He's going to try into Wilkins, but that's going to open the door surely to Ellingham, into Osius. No, because Shaw's going to go on the attack into Osius, coming onto the back straight. Luke Watts is still somehow in the lead of this one, playing it beautifully into the boot. What's going to happen here? Luke Watts is going to be allowed to get away because Sam Shaw has had to go defensive against Lucas Ellingham, and Jude Fernerhoff is going to try everything he can, but it is going to be Luke Watts who takes the win. Sprint to the line here. It's Sam Shaw who takes second. Lucas Ellingham is 1/10 of a second behind it. Ben Crossley actually who's going to take them on pole, so the grid in a slightly different order as I said it. So it's Ben Crossley from Bobby Rosier on the front row, and then it's Oliver Smith and Zane Khan as they go into our trophy final for Minimax. Ben Crossley with a good start, but already a challenge here from Bobby Rosier, and we've seen this all day. Rosier is going to have the inside line for Christmas Corner and take first place off of Ben Crossley there. The fastest lap of the race from Ben Crossley to take himself onto the back of Rosier in this lap of 48.59. So he is applying the pressure here. The classic sprint racing technique. Work together, build a bit of a gap, and then start to battle it out, because you will lose time once you start battling away. Good pace from Oliver Smith in third place, 48.69, just set his personal best. So did Zane Khan, actually, so they're both pushing hard here. Corners, here he goes, let's cross these, look there, into Wilkins. What is it about drivers wanting to bide their time and then go for a move there? But he gave it a go. It was a good go. Had another look in Osiers, but I think that Bobby Rosier has covered it off. And here we go then into the boot. He's going to go down the inside. Rosier's going to try and hold it on round the outside. Beautifully done there, but Crossley will get slightly better run out of the second part of the boot, and I wonder if that's going to help him all the way up through up the hill towards Christmas Corner onto the back straight for Bobby Rosier. And I think now it's just a case of guiding it round the last few corners. It was a good effort from Ben Crossley, and he has kept Bobby Rosier under pressure throughout the day. 2 heats to Ben Crossley, 1 heat to Bobby Rosier, but it's the trophy final win for Bobby Rosier. Crosses the line to take the win. The right of your screen, driver's left, is Noah Hadley in the 74, your pole sitter. Jack Davis had a very strong start in one of his heats earlier on. How's it going to go this time? We're away in our Junior Max final. It's a good start from pole, but Tommy Edmonds looks to have held on to second place as they come through the crook for the first time. Jack Davis in the wheel tracks of Tommy Edmonds as they head up the hill, and look out for Neo Clark as well. Heat winner from heat number 2, if memory serves correctly. Good start as well by James Jackson. Noah Hadley has managed to retain his lead. Tommy Edmonds taking a slightly tighter line there, maybe just to cover off any efforts of anyone behind. But look at this, a bit of air caught there. Oh, and that's a nasty moment there for the 27 of Jensen Giles and the 20 of Joshua Burton. There's been a change amongst the top ranks here as Jackson goes down the inside. He was a driver who I wondered if maybe he was going to move up the ranks here as the 65 has a look on the 72. That's Spencer Brown getting by Harrison Crook there. Back at the front, Noah Hadley under serious pressure now from Neo Clark as they come round to finish lap number 4. Little look over the shoulder from Hadley. Knows that Clark is there for certain, just trying to work out what position are you taking into the boot. Lexi Belker's just got past Luke Ringham, that's for 12th place, and this is Jackson down the inside of Tommy Edmonds at Christmas Corner. Does he make that nice and tidy? Yes, he does. So James Jackson up into 4th place. Neo Clark has got by whilst we were watching the battle over 7th place. So Neo Clark to the head of the field. There is Dunford in the pit lane, card on the stands. He will sadly take no further part. 1 minute then left on the clock. 1 minute plus a lap for our runners here, and this is where Noah Hadley really wants to start ramping up the pressure on Neo Clark if he's going to mount a valid challenge for the win here. As Daniel Beards pulls into the pit lane as well. Neo Clark responds. He knows what the game is here. 46.28, fastest lap of the race. Clark is wise to the challenge from behind. That is exactly what he needed to do. Here we go then. Last lap for our Junior Max runners. Neo Clark is in the pound seats to take this one. Noah Hadley, Jack Davis and James Jackson, your top 4. But they've all spaced out just a little bit as they head towards the boot. So I think it's been a brilliant, tantalising battle between these 4. But it is going to be Neo Clark who comes round the corner to take the win for Junior Max. Noah Hadley finishes 2nd, Jack Davis in 3rd, James Jackson in 4th, Tommy Edmonds. Look at this though, a battle here between the 20s. That's Jensen Giles a lap down, excuse me. That's me getting a bit excited. Gabriel Stilp is surely, as I say, a favourite, but Jack Hobson alongside has had a really good run of racing today. Leo Brown and Aidan Hassan, your second row. Let's go racing for our trophy final. It's an immediate covering there for Leo Brown. He moved immediately to the right to cover off Jack Hobson, it looked to me, but Jack Hobson was able to hold him off. But Leo Brown now applying real pressure, and Jack Hobson's tapping his helmet already to say, no, Leo, let's work together, mate. Otherwise, Gabriel's going to get on up the road here as they come through the top part of the circuit for the first time, down into Ashby Corner for our X30 Minis. 46 of George Robinson in 4th place at the moment, behind the Leo Brown, Jack Hobson battle. And there's a little breakaway of this group of 4. Battle over 5th place behind them, isn't it? Rylan Etchberg, Henry Gregory and Aidan Hassan nose to tail in that battle for 5th down through 7th. But they have all managed to do it, haven't they? They've all managed to keep on terms with Gabriel Stilp here. And this is the biggest challenge we've seen so far today to Gabriel. Look at the pressure being applied here by Jack Hobson on Gabriel Stilp. Lovely shot. Almost looked like he was bump drafting Gabriel up the hill there. They're so close. Oh, and that's a moment there. The 73 has gone off. That's Kean Geraghty. Oh, dearie me. That's more disappointment for Geraghty today. A change of position there for 6th place. Henry Gregory. And then there is the 59 of Archie Heron leading the pack of Freddie Allen, Jaden Gregg, Jack Nettleship, Morgan Hill. The latter part of this race. Look at this, though. The 57 of Jack Nettleship with a run on Jaden Gregg up the hill. Beautiful move. Loved that as he inched closer. But Nettleship's going to try and get it back as he knows he hasn't got the momentum, and he's got to be careful because Morgan Hill is right with him as well. Morgan Hill tries down the inside of Ashby, but has to back out of it as the door gets closed on him. Robustly there by Jack Nettleship. Still applying this pressure, but you can see how Leo Brown is. And here goes Hobson. He's going for it into Wilkins. He's been waiting all race long. But Leo Brown, what an opportunist move. Brilliant stuff. Still gets taken by Robinson as well. As Kira Harris has to take to the pit lane, unfortunately. Leo Brown then under pressure from Jack Hobson. Jack Hobson again pressuring the leader of this trophy final. But this time it's not Gabriel Stilp. It is Leo Brown. You would have made a mistake to just go, it's a foregone conclusion. And there goes Jack Hobson down the inside of Oziers. That's a slightly more classic place to go for the move, and he made it paid off. Leo Brown has to immediately be wise to George Robinson, and Robinson goes for it down the inside into the boot, and he tags the back of Hobson though, and that's going to balk Brown, and that's going to allow Gabriel still to get both of them into the paddock corner. Look out for Leo Brown coming back though at Robinson. This is brilliant stuff in the closing stages. We've still got 2 laps to go. This is the penultimate lap. It is Jack Hobson in the 14, Gabriel Stilp in the 10, Leo Brown with the green helmet in the 33, and George Robinson in the 46. Is that how it's going to finish, though, as they go up the straight? We know that Jack Hobson has been strong on this straight, and I don't think he goes super defensive into Christmas. Is that going to give Gabriel Stilp the momentum? Look out for Leo Brown. He's been such the opportunist in this. Judged some brilliant stuff, brilliant overtakes. He's going to have a go at Stilp into Ashby, backs out of it. Stilp is going to take a wider exit Jack Hobson goes defensive into Wilkins. Robinson down the inside of Leo Brown now as they head down into Oziers. He's so defensive is Hobson. Gabriel Stilp is going to get boxed in if he's not careful. Looking over the shoulder. Super defensive from Jack Hobson again. He's still going to have an opportunity in the latter part. They all check up. Robinson in third, who took Brown at Wilkins. I don't think there's going to be an opportunity. Grandstand finish here as Hobson takes it. Here we go then, X30 seniors. Good start there from Joshua Torpey. Looks like he's got the jump on Thomas Byrne at the start of that one. So I think it's Joshua Torpey leading them up the hill. Looks to me like Thomas Byrne has dropped down to third actually, because I'm trying to see who it is who's got up to second place. I think it might be Archie Forber. So it's Joshua Torpey, Thomas Byrne, Archie Forber, Harry Torpey, Brandon Matchell. Great start from Archie Garlick. Now Archie is a driver who may be slightly out of position relative to what his pace is capable of, as Harry Torpey goes down the inside of Archie Forber there and takes third place. You can see Lucas Romanek has got past Jordan Brown now for 12th place, and look at this for the lead of the race. Thomas Byrne has a run. Harry Torpey's going to be cheeky as well and take the position off of Joshua Torpey there. That's cheeky. And it's now Thomas Byrne from Harry Torpey and Joshua Torpey. Christopher Bingham made up 3 positions on that last lap to get up to 17th place. Great effort from him. You can see on timing there. Fastest lap of the race from Harry Torpey. Had a bit of drag, a bit of slipstream helped to achieve it, but it's a 45.54 for Harry Torpey. A personal best as well from Joshua Torpey there. Really, really tightening the screws here on Thomas Byrne at the front. 6.5 minutes to go, still plenty of time in this race. Archie Garlick continues his progress up the field, and there goes Harry Torpey down the inside, but immediately Thomas Byrne is going to come back at him down the inside of Ashby. Beautifully done. Joshua Torpey's going to capitalise as well. Past Harry Torpey. Now Archie Forber's trying to get involved. Top 8 are covered by 2.6 seconds at the moment, so hopefully that's close enough for your liking out there. Thomas Byrne now under super pressure from Joshua Torpey in the middle sector here. Certainly today, can't think of a race we've had this. Joshua Torpey, can he tuck under into Ashby? He can, down the inside. Beautiful move there. Tyler Reid has got Archie Forber there, and Tyler Reid sorry, that's not Tyler Reid, that's Roy Johnson on Harry Torpey down the inside of Ashby. And here's the attempt on the counter-attack from Thomas Byrne into Oziers. He's going to go side by side with Joshua Torpey, and he's got the job done. Another change of the lead here at Whilton Mill. We had to wait a while for this one, folks, but it is being highly entertaining here as Tyler Reid now takes Harry Torpey side by side for the lead as they cross the line. Look at this in a V formation across the line, and now Roy Johnson goes past Joshua Torpey for second place. Over fourth place, Archie Forber is in there, Brandon Matchell is in there, Anki Stedding's in there, and now going for the lead is Roy Johnson, and Roy Johnson is through. This is crazy. The Torpeys are side by side through Wilkins. They've got to make sure that they don't give it to somebody else. They're going to allow Brandon Matchell and Archie Forber in there if they're not careful. And look at this. There's a move here. This is Louis Diamond bringing himself into play, getting past the 28 of Brandon Matchell. Can Tyler Reid have a go for the lead on Roy Johnson in the dying moments of this stage? Johnson goes defensive into Ashby, but that's going to allow the switch back there for Tyler Reid. He's going to get good drive off of the corner. Johnson will be able to cover the inside for Wilkins, but he'll be vulnerable into Oziers. And Tyler Reid's going for it into Oziers, side by side, and Tyler Reid's going to take it. Look out for Joshua Torpey down the back straight. Roy Johnson's got to attack and defend. Tyler Reid, he's only going to have led it for about 4 corners. That might be all he needs, though, because they're the ones that matter. Joshua Torpey trying to take Johnson, but Johnson's trying to pressure Tyler Reid, and Tyler Reid takes it by 0.12 seconds. Roy Johnson in second, Joshua Torpey in third, Harry Torpey in fourth.